Okay, so we're up to Jonathan Majors trial day 8. So we're at the second week of the trial. We'll see if this is the last week. So, just right to the article. Entering the second week of Jonathan Majors' domestic violence trial, the Loki actor's phone and text have become central to both the prosecution and defense. Put bluntly, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office and the defense team have very different perspectives on the alleged assault by Majors in late March on his then longtime girlfriend. However, as was evident today and has been clear even before the trial began on December 4th, both sides admit whatever happened that night erupted out of Grace Jabbari seeing text on the actor's phone from another woman that read, "I wish I were kissing you." Things escalated quickly after that. Today, with Majors in court at the defense table, the driver of the car the duo were in when Jabbari saw those texts recounted her version of what went down. The girl became very angry, driver Naveed Sanwar told the court Monday with the assistance of an Urdu language interpreter. The boy wanted to get rid of the girl and he opened the door, Sanwar said of Majors and Jabbari's fight over the text and infidelity. Via the interpreter, Sanwar added he thought the girl had hit the boy because of the way she was fighting and the sounds produced. A jury of 3 men and 3 women will decide if Majors is guilty on misdemeanor charges arising from a late-night incident in and around the actor's Chelsea apartment on March 25th with Grace Jabbari. NYPD officers on the scene and Majors' pad found a number of marks, a laceration, and a finger fracture on Jabbari and arrested Majors. Monday, Dr. William Chang testified about treating Jabbari later that day at NYC's Bellevue Hospital and how consistent her injuries with someone who has been hit. He was saying, "Leave me alone, I have to go," driver Sanwar testified Monday to the jurors and Judge Michael Gaffey. He was not doing anything. She was doing it. That's the near opposite of what Assistant DA Michael Perez said last week in his opening statement when he referred to Majors throwing Jabbari back into the car like a football. In her own testimony last week, Jabbari said that when she woke up the next day, she felt like she had been hit by a bus. Through the interpreter, Sanwar today admitted he couldn't recall how many times Majors had pushed Jabbari to try to get her back in the vehicle. The driver was allowed to leave a very short cross-examination by the defense. The actor has always said he is innocent and that Jabbari, who Majors filed a cross-complaint against in June, was the aggressor. If Majors is found guilty by the jury, he could get up to a year behind bars in the Empire State. So, according to the limo driver, it was Jabbari who was fighting with Majors, that she was the one beating on Majors. I mean, it's entirely possible that he was defending himself, and that's how she got injured. So, it's not that she didn't sustain injuries from him. The question is whether he initiated it, but according to this limo driver, she did. So, even though he's already shown that he's abusive and toxic, again, that doesn't mean that he was this time. I mean, when it comes to the fight. In that context, Majors' defense took a damning blow on Friday when texts were read out in court of the actor successfully convincing Jabbari not to go to the hospital in the UK for a head injury in September 2022. They will ask you questions, and as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation even if you do lie and they suspect something, Majors told his then girlfriend. I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go, a responding text from Jabari to Major said. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers, she went on to say. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? Jabari assured her then lover, who seemed to be the cause of the head injury in question last year. I'm a monster. I'm a horrible man, the actor, who was filming the second season of Disney Plus's Loki at the time in the UK, added later on September 22nd, 2022. I'm killing myself soon. I've already put things in motion. Majors threatened, as he had several times before. Though there had been mention in an October filing by the DA's office of medical records from London related to an incident that occurred in September 2022, nothing was ever said further of the matter. In late November, Judge Gaffey sealed evidence that he openly called prejudicial and inflammatory towards Majors. As reported before, Deadline has learned that the sealed documents at issue contained information on potential past incidents involving the actor both in the U.S. and the U.K. It was aggressive overreach by defense attorney Priya Chaudhry towards the testifying and sometimes tearful Jabari on December 8th that opened the door and saw Judge Gaffey suddenly unseal the texts, which were read out loud for the jury and onlookers, first by Jabari, and then, after she was unable to continue through her own crying, Assistant DA Kelly Galloway. The texts appeared to offer backup to the DA's assertion in their opening statement of the cruel and manipulative pattern of abuse Majors displayed toward Jabari even before the March 2023 incident in NYC that led to his arrest and this trial. On the stand since December 5th, Jabari herself has testified that there were numerous occasions when Majors was allegedly emotionally, verbally, and physically abusive to her. I was just scared of the consequences of it, Jabari told prosecutors last week of why she wasn't forthcoming right away with the authorities of what supposedly went down between her and Majors in March. I still wanted to protect him. It's still unclear if Majors will testify in his own defense over what is looking to be the last week of the trial. Oh boy. So, now I still stand by just because he's a known abuser and the unsealed evidence is proof of that, that doesn't mean that he's the one who started the fighting this time. I mean, it could easily be that Jabari just was at her wit's end. It's like, I've done everything you've asked. I've hidden all this abuse, and this is how you repay me. So it could be that she was just fed up with him. But regardless, the limo driver now is saying that she started it. So in this case, it could be that she was finally fighting back. That she finally was at wit's end. I'm not condoning what she did. I'm just saying that that's probably the reason. That if she was the one who started it, that's probably why. I mean, I just can't imagine you're going through hell to be with this person only to find out he's cheating on you. Okay. Yeah, of course I would never be in a situation like that. So, I don't know what I would do, but I mean, that's gotta be the worst feeling in the world. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to mention. Oh, yes. What the fuck, defense attorney? I mean, I said this in my last video, but why did you open yourself up to this? I mean, here is a woman who, because you've seen the now unsealed evidence. You know that Jonathan is an abuser. So you decide you're going to abuse her? What? I don't know what you thought you were getting away with. I mean, there's a judge right there who isn't going to let you get away with it. So regardless of whether Jonathan is innocent or not, well, I should say not guilty because he's obviously an abuser, but you just made his life a lot harder. I mean, even if he is found not guilty, his career is still destroyed. And it's not just because everybody dropped him like a hot potato when this came out, when this trial even came out. It's because now everybody knows that he's an abuser. So, how exactly did you help your client exactly? Oh, yeah, that's right, you didn't. So, and now this is a female lawyer. So, either she knows that he's an abuser and wanted to get him, so she accidentally on purpose did this so the sealed evidence could become unsealed, in which case Majors has a case to if he's convicted, he has a case to for a retrial because of shoddy counsel, or she's just way too confident in herself and got carried away or something because she was so convinced that Jabari is a horrible person. I don't know, but she just opened herself up to Majors calling for a retrial based on shoddy counsel. So that's all she did, and made his life a lot harder. Because again, even if he's found not guilty, people now know he's an abuser. Just because he probably wasn't the cause of her injuries, well, probably was the cause, but not the instigator of the assault. It doesn't matter. His career is over now. And it's all because you had to go too hard on a witness. So anyway, based on the limo driver's testimony, it sounds like she's the one who started it. He probably was the one who ended it. Because, let's face it, he's a big guy. So obviously she's not going to stand a chance. And we already know he's an abuser, so it's not like he was just going to let her just beat on him and he wasn't going to do anything. We know he was going to fight back. So yeah, I keep swinging back and forth as to who to believe. Like I said, Friday, just because he's an abuser doesn't mean he should be automatically assumed to have been an abuser on this case. And the limo driver testified that she's the one who started it. And, it's entirely possible he was the cause of her injuries. But maybe the jury will see that we'll be able to focus and concentrate on the fact that she started it, as opposed to assuming that this was something that Majors just decided to do because he's a piece of crap. So, I don't know. I'm starting to ramble. So, with that, I will see you guys in the next video.